Hey, what is up, people? Skywalker Hendrix here, back with another video for you guys today. And today, this is a very anticipated figure for me personally. This is the Mafex Ahsoka. Now, this figure I have been waiting for to come out, and it's finally here, and I'm gonna review it for you guys. So, of course, we actually don't review Mafex too much on the channel, but I did just review that amazing Bokatan, amazing figure. If you have not seen that, go check that video out. I highly recommend. I mean, that it might be one of the most beautiful, well-executed 112 figures I've ever seen. So it just built the hype up even more for this release. And something interesting to note about the box here is they actually changed it to be an Ahsoka series figure. Now, originally I believe this was supposed to be a Mandalorian version, and you know, there's nothing distinguishing it from a Mandalorian Ahsoka or, you know, her show. It's a little bit more accurate to the Mandalorian, but I think it looks absolutely amazing, and I just am super excited to get this open. But a lot of people were theorizing with them changing it to the Ahsoka logo that we may see some other figures from the Ahsoka show in the Mafex line, and I am all for it. I really, and we'll get into this a little bit later in this review, we need a Balin and Shin, at least from Mafex or SH Figuarts, one of the two. And with the SH Figuarts Ahsoka dropping, which I should have a review up shortly on the channel for that as well, I'm very much hoping one of the two companies gives us a Balin and Shin. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Right now, let's get Ahsoka out of the package. Alright, and getting Ahsoka laid out in her tray. Tons of accessories. I mean, not tons, but you get a bunch of different hands and 3 different options for the hilts, with the clip-on hilts, just, you know, the unignited hilts, and then with the blade. And that's just super cool, as you know, they didn't really need to do that, but they did, and I appreciate that. Something I always love with Mafex is they, with their hands, if I can get this out of here, their spare hands do come on these little clips, I guess you could say, and it helps keep the peg hole nice and open, ready for that peg. And so that is very nice, but it also just keeps your hands, you know, in one spot, and I've just always appreciated that about Mafex. Now, she does come with an alternate head as well, kind of a more angry head, and oh yeah, that just looks absolutely amazing in my opinion. And first impressions on the figure here, I think she looks amazing. Now, the orange is a little bit different than what we've seen from really any company, but I actually really like it here and think it just makes this figure pop. So yeah, first impressions, she looks and feels amazing, and let's get her out of the package. Real quick though, I did want to make sure to show that she does come with a stand. Now, if you're familiar with any Mafex figures, they all come with the stand, so that is very nice. And then under her tray in the package is a separate tray with her soft goods wired cloak, so that is just amazing. Alright, and getting her out of the package, oh man, I am already in love with this figure. This is what I have been waiting for out of an Ahsoka figure. Now, I know the Black Series Ahsoka is beloved by pretty much everyone if you're a Black Series collector. I will say it is one of the best, if not the best, likeness in the line. But that's where my praises end pretty much immediately. If you know me, and you know, I've said it a few times on the channel now, I'm just not the biggest fan of that figure. And to me, it's a clunky figure. I don't know what it is. I know that they tried some different things with the articulation and her pants in particular. It's really the pants on that figure. Just, I hate how they look. And we'll get into that, but I did want to just show the absolute masterpiece that this figure is. And it looks so good. And, you know, some people, I've heard, you know, some people say, oh, the Black Series is good enough for me, and, you know, how good the Black Series is, you know, don't feel the need to pick up an import of this version of Ahsoka, and I think you're wrong. I think, not to, you know, in the most respectful way, you are wrong, because this figure shows you just how good imports can be, and really Mafex in general. As much as a SHF simp I am, you guys know me, I love my SH figure arts. Mafex is just, they make beautiful figures, and I said it in my Bo-Katan review. There's no one that can compete, in my opinion. Maybe SH figure arts like 5 years ago could compete, but yeah, no one's on the Mafex wave right now. I mean, they're on a whole another plane of existence, in my opinion. SHF is the closest thing, and Black Series are really good for the price point, like really, really good nowadays. But this figure is just beautiful, and let's just jump right into some comparisons. All right, and starting off, ripping the Band-Aid off, here is the Black Series Ahsoka with the new Mafex, and yeah, I do think the face sculpt on this is very good, but like I said, that's about where it ends, kind of showing you what I was talking about with the knees. This is a custom robe for her here. You can just see, I mean, look at those legs. They're so clunky and just ugly, in my opinion. And then you get down to the shins, and there's just no detail on those at all. Everything else, like, isn't bad, like the upper, you know, torso and all that stuff. Like, it's not a bad figure at all. These legs are horrendous, in my opinion, especially from the side there, and you get any type of like bending pose. Like, yeah, I get that it hides it, but these are action figures. Like, come on, if you're really like trying to like not see any joints, like, go get yourself a statue. I mean, even Hot Toys is just now getting into like the seamless like aspect of figures. So at the 1/12 scale, like, you're just gonna see joints, and I think these Mafex, like the way they did her pants, look so much better. Like, it actually bends at the knee and not like halfway up her shin, and just proportion wise, everything wise, looks so much better, in my opinion. Which, granted, it should. It's, you know, $50 more than the Black Series version, so yes, it should. But that still doesn't take away the fact that it is better. And bringing in the Mafex Bokatan that I was talking about, I mean, dude, the detail, the paint applications, the colors, just, I mean, you can't deny these are some of the most beautiful 1/12 action figures you've ever seen. And yeah, I'm really, really happy with what Mafex is doing at the moment. And if you want to see this Bo-Katan a little more up close, go check out my review. It should be a little ways down on the channel, but you'll find it. Alright, and my Huyang does not want to stand at the moment, and I don't want to mess with his ankles because he stands perfectly on my shelf, and I just don't want to mess it up. But I have said it on the channel a lot by now, But Black Series and import companies mesh perfectly together, and this is a perfect example of that. And we do have her with Sabine Ren, her Padawan, and yeah, like I said, these two they look so good together. And as much as it seems like sometimes I, talk down on Hasbro or the Black Series, I love the Black Series. I have probably over, 200 plus, 300 plus Black Series figures, so in no way am I trying to shame the Black Series or say that they're, not great figures, because the fact that these two look great together is a testament to how great the Black Series is. And here she is with Hara Syndulla, another great pairing in my opinion. I really did love the Ahsoka show. It's one of my favorite Disney era, Star Wars shows, and yeah, just getting into these comparisons is just super hyping me up for season 2. All right, and I said it at the beginning, please, Mafex SH Figure Arts, one of the two, make a Balin and Shin, please. This is a crime. I don't think the Black Series version is terrible, but he is way too small. And honestly, I don't know. It's not even a great figure in terms of articulation and blah blah blah. It's decent, and it would be a good figure if he was the correct scaling. But the fact that he is so short just brings this figure down so much, and it's just a real shame. Especially with Ray Stevenson's passing, and you know that they're not gonna get that chance to make him a season 2 figure. The rumors are that Balin is getting recast, but if we get a season 2 Balin, it's gonna be a different actor, and Ray really brought the sauce to that role, and I just want a proper action figure of Ray Stevenson's Balin. And last but not least, we do have Shin, and yes, another travesty in the Black Series. Shin and Balin were just made at 6 inches straight, so they were not scaled to 6 inches, so they're both just 6 inches. And yeah, it just doesn't work because we know that Shin should be short, at least a little bit shorter than Ahsoka. Alright, and getting Ahsoka nice up close and personal, I just wanted to show the immense detail on this figure and how amazing some of these paint applications look, especially on those metal, gauntlet and Shin pieces. And yeah, it looks like a premium figure, which is always nice when you're buying a premium figure. But this really just, in my opinion, takes it to the next level. And after opening that Bokatan, I knew that this figure was going to be just as good, if not better. Alright, and getting the angry head on her, I think this looks fantastic and will service perfectly for a, nice action pose. I don't know which way I'm going to go with her yet. To be honest, I might be grabbing 2 of these just because I love how she looks just normally standing there, but I feel like paying that high price point, you need to utilize some of the accessories, so I may end up grabbing a, second version of this figure. So at the end of the day, guys, this figure is absolutely beautiful. Already one of my favorites, and you guys already know me. Every figure I get is one of my favorites. That's why I get them, because I just love action figures. But this is definitely at the top of the list. If I could only get, take a handful of figures when I'm leaving the house, if the house is on fire, This would definitely be on that list. And yeah, I highly recommend going out and grabbing this figure. Now, if you're waiting to see if the SH Figuarts is better than this, I'm gonna say right now, probably not, but stay tuned for that review because I should have the SH Figuarts in hand very soon. So like I said, stay tuned if you are waiting to make that decision. But if you're leaning more towards Mafex anyway, I'd say just pull the trigger, go get this figure. It is, you won't be disappointed. It is phenomenal. Just like that Mafex bow, go get both of them. They're so good. Mafex needs to start making more Star Wars figures because they have been absolutely murdering it every release, and they've only had a few. So yeah, just amazing figures. Can't recommend this figure enough. And yeah, go get one. So that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. I hope everyone enjoyed this little, Ahsoka review. So go check out some of my other videos, but also stay tuned. I do have the Hot Toys Deadpool from Deadpool and Wolverine. I know we're a Star Wars channel, but I'm a nerd at heart, so Deadpool is very close to my heart as well. So stay tuned for that review. I'm super excited to review that figure. I have it sitting right next to me, along with the Hot Toys Episode 2 Anakin. Now, I know I've been teasing that video for a little bit now, but stay patient. I just got everything moved into my apartment finally. So stay tuned for that. My life has been absolutely crazy. But I, want to keep coming out with the videos at least every other day. So stay tuned for the Hot Toys Anakin from Episode 2, the Hot Toys Padme from Episode 2, and the Hot Toys Deadpool from Deadpool and Wolverine. Super excited to get those reviewed. And then, of course, the SH Figuarts Ahsoka. That should be coming very soon as well. And very soon, within the next week, I should have the Hot Toys Scorch. So stay tuned for the Scorch review. Cannot wait to get that figure in hand. He is en route as we speak, so stay tuned as always. Shout out to all my channel members. Shout out to anyone that watches my videos, but most importantly, the channel members are the top G's. But I appreciate each and every one of you that watch my videos. I just can't express that enough. In every video, I want to make sure I take the time to just show my appreciation for the viewers. You guys are just amazing, so thank you. But as always, guys, may the Force be with you. Ayy.